Alright guys, it's been a pretty productive day. I got the drift truck running. I finally figured it all out. Had a couple wiring issues with it, and I know last time I said I wanted to get a Haltech ECU for it. I just couldn't let it sit there anymore, so what I did is I ran all new wires for each coil. I have the Audi coils in there. My throttle cable ended up taking a shit, so got to get a new one of those. The mass airflow, I had to rewire a new pigtail on it, put a new one, a new mass airflow. It does have a code still for the knock sensor, but I'm just gonna order a kit to relocate it to the top because it's underneath the intake plenum. I found a couple bad grounds. I still gotta change this bolt out. I don't like that, but a couple bad grounds, so I rerouted everything. I put a fuel pressure regulator on it because the pump on it is massive. Go back here. I just have the fuel cell because it leaks on the sides, so I have it tilted as far back as I can. But that inline fuel pump, that thing has to be like a 340 liter per hour pump because that thing pumps like crazy. I try to regulate it down with those regulators, but it's just, I can't get it down far enough for it to run smoothly. It does run, revs up, everything. It's just, it has this 3-inch exhaust all the way back. Big old thing. So this thing is loud. It's rowdy. I haven't driven it yet because that throttle cable. So I'll get one coming so we can put a throttle cable in it and get it going. For now, I just want to show you how this thing sounds because it's wickedly loud. It's way too much. So I'll show you how this thing sounds. The alternator is bad. The bearing squeaks in it, but it's running. And the alternator will quiet down every once in a while. So we're gonna end up putting on this thing because it's loud. I have this Apexi muffler. I think it's like a megaphone or something it's called. It's kind of a classic muffler. I bought it from a guy who just had it on a Honda, but I had it on my Audi B5 S4. But I think, you know, with the way that thing sticks out of there, it should look freaking sweet with this thing. So we're gonna get this muffler put onto that and see how she sounds. So I don't know if I want this thing to stick out or what I want to do exactly. I think we're gonna cut this out of the way though. So I had a little flange on the back of it, but this one we're just gonna run this 3-inch pipe, fit right over that, and then we'll weld it to the muffler and get it put on. All right, so I got it cut, mounted up. It's about how it sits, but once we weld it up, we'll raise it up and then build some kind of hanger off to the frame, and it should look pretty good. All right, guys, well, I got that muffler put on. Looking pretty good. Still gonna hang up some wires, but muffler looks pretty good sitting there. It's not up as high as I would want it, but still looks good to me. So let's see how this thing sounds. So guys, this thing's sounding pretty good. I like the way the muffler came out. So we'll start doing things to this slowly. I've got to go get a throttle cable and stuff before we can go drive it. But I guess in the meantime, we're gonna relocate the radiator to the bed, and then we'll move the battery, because the battery's behind the passenger seat. We're gonna move that into the bed in its own little box and stuff. So it also needs the studs in the wheel spacers, because it's just some 2-inch wheel spacers, well, adapters I guess I should say, big old thick things, to convert it to 5 lug. And then we'll mount this fuel cell. We'll build some brackets and stuff, get it put in there. We'll probably have to slightly put it that way because the muffler's in the way, but should work out pretty good, or just slide it further forward. But I want the top of the tank flush with the bottom of the bed. We might even get a different bed for this thing, because I kind of want to set it up to where I could take it to a drift event, drive it over there, just throw a couple sets of wheels in the back, and then drive it home when we're done. I guess just stay tuned, and we'll keep them going. Peanut's sitting out there too. We'll probably wet sand that and buff it, get the paint all shiny and everything. We gotta rewire the whole thing, because when I got the truck, it didn't have any wires, no lights, nothing. So we're gonna run a whole new fuse panel, everything, redo all the fuses, relays for the lights and stuff. Engine harnesses all together, all wired in. The next video we'll probably do just cleaning everything up, putting it all together. We'll put the dashboard back in and stuff. But it's running, got a muffler on it. Just need a throttle cable and we should be driving this thing. Stick with these videos, I'll keep putting out content and we'll keep moving forward. So see you guys on the next one.